I'm still in my pajamas. Yes, I do have shoes on because we were outside. It is freezing outside. Freezing. And by that, I mean a cool 60. Actually, it's probably colder than that. It was 40 degrees this morning. I think the high today is 60. Feels so nice. But my feet were absolutely ice cubes. My little toesies were about to break off. I'm going through looking at my to-do list, seeing everything that I have to do today. A lot of stuff on the computer that's literally been on my to-do list for days, like the Shutterfly, Christmas cards I need to order. I need to finish making the Christmas cards, putting it together. I don't know why I put so much thought into it. It's not that serious. I have to order gift cards for Christmas. I ordered them using my credit card reward points. It saves us so much money on Christmas because we get gift cards for so many people in the family. I feel like, what do people really want? A gift card. You know, I could go out and buy them a bundle and like, oh, that's cute, but will they actually use it? Is it what they actually want? Like, I don't know, a gift card somewhere, I feel like they can buy what they actually want slash need slash, oh my gosh, teacher gifts. All the gift cards, give it to me. I'm also trying to go through our schedule and plan out holiday thing. So like we go to Busch Gardens Christmas Town, which today would have been the perfect day to do it because today is the one day a week where typically my kids don't have any after school activities except for one of them has a reoccurring appointment once a week and it just happens to fall on this day. It's like the only opening they had. It's like it's like a horrible time, but it's the only time that works. So anyway, I confirmed that appointment yesterday. Otherwise, I would have like canceled and gone today. So we'll do that next week on this day, Busch Gardens Christmas Town. I guess I'll bring you along with me. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. It's always like chaos when I'm at the theme park with everyone. You know what? Yes, we will. I'll make it a thing. We'll make Christmas cookies. It'll be a day. And then we go to a place called Snowcat Ridge. If you're in the area, have you heard of it? I want to say it's in Brooksville, but I think it's like east of Brooksville. I could be wrong. I haven't looked at the address, but I know it's like somewhere over there. They put on like fake snow and they have you get on a tube and slide down the snow. The little kids, there's not much for them to do. The bigger kids really love it. I remember last time we went, it's been a couple of years because last time we went, we were like, yeah, that was fun, but like, since we have so many younger kids, we'll skip it next year because it is a little pricey, but they sent me a coupon in the mail, so I was like, okay, maybe it's worth it. They also have a dome where they like have snowfall and you can make a snowman. It's really like ice, but you know, it's fun for the kids and it's the best we can do here in Florida, so I think we're gonna do that this year. It's called Snowcat Ridge, but my family calls it No Cap Riz. There are a few things that I want to get to the house, but that's definitely not gonna happen. I mean, like, I won't even talk about it. It's pointless. Oh, okay, I want to throw Crock Pot dinner in the Crock Pot, but I don't have any of the ingredients for it. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at the recipe. I need to run to the grocery store because tomorrow I have committed to bringing a couple of things to the kids' school to show appreciation to all of the staff and administration at their school. So each division of their school, like, you know, primary, upper primary, like certain grades of the school, do it on different days. You know, like Meredith's class was a month ago. This month it's like Wentworth's style class. So it's supposed to be divided amongst the school, but my kids are also divided amongst the school, so we'll be doing it 4 months out of however many months they do it. Point is, I have committed to making a few things, so I gotta run to the grocery store for that. Oh my gosh, and our tire has a nail in it. We actually think both of our cars have a nail in the tire, and we're like, really? We just got new tires on the car. Needless to say, short story long, we need to bring the car to Costco so they can plug it. We could plug it, but like, I don't know. If it's not one thing, it's another. We were cleaning out the garage, and that's the only thing we can think of is maybe a nail rolled out of the garage, like when we were blowing it out and we just didn't see it in the driveway. But what are the chances that I didn't see any nails, is all I'm going to say. Like, wait, what do we even have nails in our garage for? We don't build anything. We'll see, but I do know that I need to get this house in order. I might run to the grocery store first to get all the things that I need to make the things that I need to make, and then tidy up around here. Does that sound like a plan? All right, let's do it. Maybe I should like get dressed first. I'm still in my PJs. Should we do a little, who's that, Sabrina the Teenage Witch moment? So it's now or never with this coat. I tell you what, the turtleneck is faux because it's a Floridian turtleneck. This outfit, fully thrifted, fully amazing, and it's cropped. My ankles are gonna freeze, but I'll get over it. Where's my purse? Oh, I guess I need to make a grocery list. I was like starting to make a grocery list. Came to the kitchen, of course, because where else do you do that? This came in the mail yesterday. I didn't even order this. This is okay. Do you know what this is? I'm sure you do. It is the fragrance oils that I use. Love them. I almost dropped too much money on ordering the oils that are the holiday scents, like so all the Christmas scents. But you guys know I signed up for like the subscription service. I did it, like this may be my last month of it. And I was like, oh, it's so, like I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know, because I already have all of the ones that I love and I have gotten duplicates in every month. So whatever, it worked out. But all of the holiday scents that I was gonna order, there's actually 8 of them. So this is only 4, but they're my top 4 picks. So it really worked out. This made it all worth it. Did it though? Because I would have just ordered them. Pirate Christmas. I can't read these. Christmas shop. Christmas something. Christmas. Down Main Street is my guess. And Tiki Christmas. Because it's the holiday season. And Santa Claus. Come on, are you excited about these as much as I am? As soon as I got the box, we were driving home from Eleanor's soccer game and we stopped at the mailbox to like get the mail, and we got the mail and I said, oh my gosh, it's my package. I ripped it open, sniffed it right there in the car before we even got home, and I was so pumped. Now I don't have to order the Christmas scents because they're already here. I'm so excited. So of course, I'm going to have to throw some of these in my diffuser. I cannot express to you how excited I am about this, because yesterday, or whatever, I went to put Christmas scents in the diffuser. All of mine are empty. Aveline and I was like, which one should I put in? This one. I was like, oh, it's empty. I don't know why I keep the empty bottles. I think a part of me is like, keep the empty bottles because when you go to reorder them, then you'll know what it smells like and you'll see if you actually want to reorder it. But another part of me is like, Kim, why are you literally keeping garbage? And I had soup for breakfast, like leftover dinner. Last night, I made some bangers, okay? Bean and bacon soup. It's from the Pioneer Woman. I'll try to link the recipe below. I've made it before. It was a request and so delicious. The flavor profile is so rich and it takes like 30 minutes to make the soap. I'm just trying to like tidy up a little bit after breakfast this morning and all the hoopla of that. But, and I made broccoli cheddar soup. That was also a request. These strawberries are still perfectly fine, you guys. Strawberries and whipped cream, and then they just end up eating the whipped cream. I'm like, great. Okay, well my tricep is burning. Oh, do you see what's behind me? There, right there. The snow on the beach. It's not the beach. And it's not actual snow, but I think you can gather what it is. I'm gonna run to the grocery store. I'll be right back. Actually, before I leave, I think I'm gonna throw a load in. You guys, I did all this laundry the other day. I didn't fold it, but like I got it done, you know? The other day, Alex did it all and that was amazing. And then the next day I was like, oh, and I gotta find my laundry tablets. I'm hoping to get as much done as I can today and be productive. And then if I do get everything done, then maybe I'll just pay the cancellation fee for the appointment and we'll go to Christmas Town anyway. No, I don't know about that. I don't know. I want to make it a whole day of like Christmas and we'll see what happens. I'm getting my list together. I'm going through, making sure I got everything, grabbing my grocery bags, but I'm reading through my to-do list. It literally says Costco run for wonderful service and sneed at ingredients. What does that even mean? What I don't even know. I don't know, but I do know I need to clean out my fridge and freezer today when we get back. Oh wait, I also wanted to make that chocolate. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay, well, where's the recipe actually? What is that, 4 pages? Okay, I think I'm gonna make this again. It was so good, people raved about it. And when I was filling out the sign-up sheet of like what to bring, like, you know, people just volunteer to bring stuff. I was going through the list because I forgot what I signed up for. And you know, it's tomorrow. So everyone who's going to bring something has signed up. And so many spots were empty. So I'm like, well, I can't just show up with one thing. I need to bring more. Like, I love them so much. I need to show my appreciation. So I need to go above and beyond because they go above and beyond for my kids. You know, I don't want to bring something like a fruit platter. While they'll appreciate that, I want them to be like, that's the best thing I've ever had. Is that the wounded child in me? I don't know. But I want them to be like, this is so good. What is the recipe, you know? So I think I'm going to bring the jalapeno crab dip, which is how it's written in my phone, the jalapeno cranberry dip, because that's like a holiday staple. And I feel like they need to eat that. I'm also gonna bring my chopped Italian salad. Haven't made that in so long. Oh my gosh, it's such a treat. And then I might make a keto salad. I don't know how I'm decided, but this is the kicker. I think I'm gonna make them this, the Costco chocolate pie. If they don't have one at Costco today, I'll make it. They deserve it. It takes a really long time to make, but I'm up for the challenge. I feel like I had almost everything to make this, except for the gnocchi, which I always double up on that, and a crock pot. I don't have a crock pot. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Thank goodness I have this one on backup. It's not my favorite, only because of its size, and I bought it because it was smaller than the other ones that I had, but, okay, before I left, I threw some chicken in the sink, and would you believe it if I told you, that's the last chicken I have in my whole house. In my freezers, none. It's skin on, bone in chicken thighs, which typically, oh my gosh, if I would have thought about that, if I knew that's what I had, I would have made, what's the rosemary chicken that I make every year? Oh, maybe that's a good one to make for like a seasonal video. I don't know, I'll try to find like a seasonal dinner because that one is actual perfection. I've been wanting to make chicken marbella lately. It's like chicken and olives. That one is so good, but it's like a pan meal. Throw everything on the sheet pan and call it a day. I'm just trying to tidy up before I throw everything in my crock pot. This recipe is pretty easy. All right, I just got Wolfgang situated and playing, so it's been a little bit, but I'm ready to throw this stuff in the crock pot. It calls for some veggies, which is my favorite way to make a crock pot meal. I just love when like the full dinner is included in a crock pot. Like, you know, sometimes I make it this way. Sometimes I just do the meat. Either way you do it, it's always a good day when you have a crock pot meal. I don't know what the heck I'm doing over here. Making a mess. So I've got the chicken thighs here. This is a lot of chicken. See, this is why I need the bigger crock pot. Is this another sign? Remember last year during the holidays, I was like, someone took our crock pot on accident. We were at like a church event and someone took it. And I was like, this is our sign for me to get the $300 crock pot. I didn't get it, of course, because it's absolutely ridiculous. But is this my sign to get another one? It broke on Thanksgiving, or the day before Thanksgiving. It's a whole story and a half, but anyway, this is a lot of chicken. Pile that on the bottom. It's like, should I just splurge and get that crock pot? I actually wouldn't even know what it's called. I'd have to ask around. I'm gonna cut down the celery a little bit, then dice it up. This adds so much fresh flavor, and that's why I keep the celery leaves on too, because that adds a ton of flavor. But I find if the pieces are too big, my kids will like pick them out, you know? I love a good crock pot meal, and this is the perfect time to make them. Isn't this like crock pot season unofficially? I feel like it's always crock pot season. Use a crock pot in the summer when you don't want to heat up your kitchen, which is like, okay. Use a crock pot in the winter when you want a good soup and you know, you got a lot of busy stuff happening and you want to make sure there's dinner ready for you when you get home. This is one of my favorites. I haven't made it in a long time. Oh, did I tell you what it's called? Well, wouldn't you know it, not very innovative with this name. Crockpot Olive Garden chicken gnocchi soup. So it's like a copycat meal. And so I've made this before, but not in the crock pot. We'll see how it turns out. It is actually one of my favorite soups to make, and I usually leave the carrots out of it, I wanna say, but I'm gonna bust them in this time. There's another soup that they have too, sausage soup, and man, that one is so good. I diced up an onion, I'm gonna throw that in, and then I need a cup of shredded carrots. I love watching people shred carrots. And I don't think I told you where I found this recipe, where it sparked my interest in making it. Well, obviously, you guys, our best friend, Jessica Braun, made this, so I'm gonna make it too. I'm throwing this in. Taking the easy way out here, I'm gonna use some garlic and throw some of that in. And 4 cups of my homemade chicken broth. And that's actually not it. There are more ingredients, but you add them after this is like cooked. So I'm gonna cook this on low for like, where's my lid? I cleaned my kitchen like 8 times this day and still went to bed with dishes in my sink. Like, I don't even know how that happens, okay? I clean all day long, as I'm sure you do too. But do you ever see the progress being made? Like, I'm sure you've heard the meme or whatever, the saying, cleaning when you have small kids is like brushing your teeth while you're eating Oreos. And that is exactly how it feels. Hey, have you done any Christmas shopping yet? I know with all the Black Friday deals and like Cyber Monday and all of this stuff, and like, really, let's be honest, the deals start in November, you know? Are you done Christmas shopping yet? Actually, don't tell me if you are done, because it'll just make me feel horrible about myself, because I have barely just begun. I have gotten a few things here and there. As I told you in the beginning of the video, I really need to order gift cards for people from our credit card rewards points. And the thing with that is, like, I have to order them 2 weeks ago. Okay, this should be already done, because they take so long to come in. And the first year that I did this, I ordered so many gift cards, and some of them came in on time and some of them didn't. And so I ended up having to run to the store to buy gift cards or buy them a gift or whatever when I thought it was already planned. And then I had these gift cards after the fact, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this cannot happen again. So the past year or two, I can't remember how many years it's been, because what year is it even? So I've been on top of it. This year, I just feel like, isn't it still October? Like, how is it December already? I can't wrap my mind around it. I'm trying to make a list of all of the Christmas recipes that I want to share. And I'm just like going through the calendar, trying to figure out when we're going to have our ornament decorating day and when we're going to do XYZ. And I'm looking at the calendar, I'm like, we have like 2 weeks until Christmas. This is not okay. Actually, it's 3 weeks, not to alarm you or anything. But our kids have a few extra days of school where they would have been off, which would have been really great for, you know, doing stuff with the family. But since we had a week off for the hurricane, which is like, don't remind me, okay? They tacked on a few more days. So it's what it is, you know, living in Florida, this kind of stuff happens. It's like snow days, I assume, for you guys, or if you're in a different climate or whatever, you understand. So anyway, where was I getting with that? Christmas is like tomorrow, essentially. Happy New Year and all that good stuff. Are you on top of it, or are you drowning like me? I feel like solidarity? No? Can we high five? Can we like go to the store together and run some errands? Because I really need, I really need to do that. I'm cleaning out my freezer, obviously. If you didn't see the before, I pulled out a bowl and a spoon. It was empty. Like, why is this even in here? But that is my life, okay? Life with kids. I can't, there's no. And then the frozen grapes that fell to the bottom. And like all the crumbs. Where did the crumbs come from? In the freezer. Like, what are you guys eating in the freezer that is causing crumbs? I mean, it's a mystery, honestly. But it really, really needed my attention. I feel like it's probably been over a year since I cleaned this. And so obvious. I mean, you can see how horrible it is. I love having a freezer like this. It's so spacious. It has a lot of opportunity with the top drawer and everything. So it's fantastic. But it is kind of like a bottomless pit. You know, stuff just gets piled on there. And this is one of those things that just got buried in the mess. This is from Trader Joe's. I actually forgot what it's called. It's like some kind of chocolate truffle, if you will. I don't know. But I was clearly excited to give it a try. When Alex ate a bite, he was like, these are amazing. And I took a bite. Let me tell you the truth. Okay, Alex thinks everything is amazing. I'm going to shoot you straight. They were good. Don't get me wrong. They were good. Would I buy them again? I don't know. You guys know how I hate asking myself questions. But I will tell you, the ones from IKEA, far superior. I'm talking leaps and bounds, far, 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 far superior than this. If these are a 10 out of 10, according to Alex, the ones from IKEA are 200 out of 10, according to me. Okay? They're so good. And whenever I go there, which is like another reason I need to go to IKEA, obviously. I mean, I never need a good reason to go there.
other than to lose a whole day and just get my steps in. But, but I feel like it's been a while since I've been, a year. That's what I'm going to say. But get the ones from IKEA. Make the trip. I don't know. Order them offline. I'm sure they sell them somewhere online. Hey, when we cleaned out the garage, I thought I found the vacuum attachment. Nope. Turns out I didn't. That's for the shop vac, apparently. I can't even believe it. When I tell you, I was so excited when I found that. I was squealing like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can't believe. Nope. Not for the vacuum that I thought it was going to be for. And I'm pretty sure my vacuum is broken anyway. Did I tell you about this? I took that thing piece by piece, brick by brick, tore it apart. Guys, I can't figure it out. I'm going to have Alex look at it. Or I'm just going to buy a new one because I can't figure it out. Anyway, I just see people vacuuming out the crumbs, and that would have saved me so much time. But my vacuum was broken. So instead, and you might be wondering, oh, why is Eleanor home? It's like middle of the day. So Eleanor and Alex had just gotten home. Eleanor had an appointment earlier in the day. And so here they are at home. They came home. He ate a little chocolate ball. I don't even know. And then, on with their lives. But I am still cleaning the freezer because who else is going to do it? I'm so glad that I got this done, honestly, because it really, really was overdue. I had some stuff in there. I had like 20 pounds of bacon. I don't know. Someone tell me next time I'm at the store, if I ask, hey, should I get bacon? The answer is no. Okay. I had no idea how much bacon I had in my freezer, clearly, because I kept pulling out bags and bags and bags of bacon. Half of the freezer is just bacon. I like to store my meat in here too. And then, I have a freezer in the outside that I store everything else in. I don't know. The ice cream cones, those are from Trader Joe's, and they're the perfect size if you're looking for like little bitty ice cream cones for the kiddos. They're so good. Vanilla, chocolate, they've got all kinds of flavors. I don't really know all kinds, maybe 2 or 3 flavors, but that makes them happy, and they're the perfect size for them to make them happy. And after my freezer, of course, I thought, you know what I really need to do? Eat some cake. Found that in the freezer, left over from a birthday party where I was making cakes, and clearly didn't need this. And I thought the best, this is like a new low for me. Let's not pretend, honestly. I've done this before. Let's be real. Let me tell you a little story. When Alex and I first moved back to America, we were in a little townhouse. Not that is relevant to the story, but I will say we went to Albertsons, and it was like going out of business, and they had cakes, just like cake rounds frozen for 25 cents. And so apparently, what did we need? Cake. Of course. What else do we need? We got like plastic eggs for Easter for like 5 cents for a bunch of them, and a bunch of cake for like 25 cents. So we kept it in our freezer, and we would just randomly go out there and like, eat cake. And like I would make cake all the time because we had all these frozen rounds. So it just reminded me of way back when. That was like, 15 years ago or so. And we would just always had cake in the freezer. And it's so good. If you've never had cake ready to eat, I would highly recommend, but it is not. It's dangerous. Okay, it's not a good idea. Let's be real about that. But it is a good idea because it's so good and so delicious. So I was clearly eating that. I found some Cool Whip in the fridge and decided, yep, that's what I need to eat it with. Did you see the bacon I pulled out of my fridge too? What? Even more bacon. I can't help myself. Why am I the way that I am? I don't know, but I am. And apparently it's lunchtime or something because I'm hungry. I'm just eating whatever is in my fridge. I would rather just nibble while I'm doing something than sit down and eat. Is that, I see other people like taking proper lunch every day. I just eat while I work every day. Eat while I'm doing something, eat on the go. I don't know, lunch is so weird. But dinner time, every day we sit down and eat it. So, that's my takeaway. Anyway, I'm glad that I got to this fridge too. I didn't give it a super deep clean Just gave it a little wipe down, and that was like good enough. I want to say we had Thanksgiving leftovers in there, but we absolutely had zero Thanksgiving leftovers. I say that we had a little container of leftovers. And I mean, I made a whole feast, you guys, a whole dang feast. People took stuff home, not much either. We just had a lot of people here who were eating. And the most of the stuff that I got rid of in my fridge was food that we made before Thanksgiving, you know? So I was like, I know this is not good anymore. That was my benchmark. If I made this before Thanksgiving, it is a bad. Honestly, if I made it after Thanksgiving, it's probably still bad. So I'm glad to get a nice refreshed fridge. It reminds me I need to stock up on some yogurts. My kids really like yogurt. I really need to go to Costco. I didn't even go this day. I'm the worst. Alex and our neighbor ended up plugging the tire because I was just like, I don't think I have time. Because after I needed to make all that food, it was like after school and all this stuff. So they ended up plugging the tire, and I ended up not going to Costco. But I still need to go to Costco for a couple of things because I end up going to Publix to get fruit and stuff, but it's more expensive there. Obviously, Costco is more affordable on some things. So I do need to go. Evelina's been itching to go. All these things. I'm like, why do you like Costco so much? Obviously, the samples. It shouldn't even be a real question. These are all the leftovers in my fridge, and a couple of them I was like, is this good? And if you have to question it, it's probably not. I have to think, like, when did I make this? And if I can't remember, it's probably not good. But we had rice in there that was probably 2 weeks old. I'm like, what? How did this not get eaten, you know? Because it gets shoved to the back, and then stuff gets piled in front of it, especially during the holidays. Can
you hear the white noise in the garage? Wolfgang is sleeping out there, which may seem weird. Like, why is he in your garage? I told you we cleaned it out the other day, and so now there's like a mattress out there. When Eleanor had her birthday party sleepover, they slept out there. Like, the weather's nice, so it's probably cooler out there than it is in the house, but not like too cold. He's fine is my point. I just think it's funny that, oh, these are towels. Okay, I'm gonna fold these right away. I think it's funny that we cleaned that garage and now it's like a whole other space at our house and everyone wants to be out there. They were playing out there the other night, just jumping around. We have like the tumble track out there and a blow up mattress and a bunch of stuff. Anyway, that's where he has taken his nap right now. And you know what? Wherever they fall asleep, I'm gonna let them sleep as long as possible. Some days recently, he's been skipping his nap. I think because we had a week off of like school, so I wasn't waking up at like 5:45. Ergo, he was not waking up at 5:45 because, you know, I watch those people on the internet who are like, oh, my 5 a.m. morning routine, get up before the kids. I'm like, oh, your kids don't wake up the second you open your eyes? How? What kind of witchcraft is that? Because let me tell you, it is few and far between where I'm able to like get stuff done in the morning without having any child on me. If it's not the baby, then it's someone else. I always find it fascinating when they're like, just wake up before the kids. I'm like, my kids are always awake. It felt really good to get that done in the kitchen, like the freezer. Oh my gosh. And I did it, I'm sure I told you, but I did it because someone told me that stuff was freezing in my fridge because my freezer was too full. I was like, oh my gosh, how did you know? My freezer is full. So that was the catalyst behind doing that. How was your break? I hope you had a fun time. This past weekend for us was really nice. Eleanor had the sleepover for her birthday, and that was cool. For her actual party, she got her ears pierced. I know, I can't believe it. She looks so cute with them too. They look so good. And then she went to like a trampoline park near us with a couple of friends, so that's fun for her. And then we got her nails done. I took her to get her nails done. So I got my nails done too. I have so many things to say about it. So many things. I get my nails done probably once every 2 years. I mean, it's been more than that now. I think I got them done when I was pregnant with Wolfgang. So it's been at least 2 years. I want to say more than that. I feel like I have to do it just to remind myself, hey, don't do this. Why? I don't understand how people do it on a rotation. It is so much money. I spent over $100. Like well over $100 with a tip for nails. Not just mine, but obviously it was just Eleanor and I at that point. I could understand spending that much if it was like Eleanor, me, and like a couple of friends. But it was just me and Eleanor. Her nails turned out really cute. She got like different colors on her tips, like a French tip. And I just got like dip powder. Like, I don't understand. I do understand now how when people freak out about like, oh, I broke a nail. Yeah, it's because they spent $50+ Am I going to the wrong places? I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm going to just every place around me charges the same. Like, they were really good, but also we were there for like 2 hours. I don't know. I could say more about it, but I will refrain. I will say so far, they've lasted longer than when I do the like gel polish myself, which kind of makes sense. Listen, I could say a lot more about it, but I'm gonna stop there, okay? I think they look really nice when I see them on other people. I'm like, oh, they've got their life together. They get their stinking nails done. They look so good. But it's like behind the scenes, the time, energy, effort, and finances to fuel that, I'm like, I don't know if that is the life for me. Oh, my elbow. But you know what? I'm not going to say anything else about it. I'm not going to say that.
Actually, I can't hold my tongue. So this is the actual color that I picked out for my nails. On the left, it's like a cranberry. I think she's got cherries in the picture. Whatever. 7 coats later, it no longer looks like that color. It looks like black, straight up black. Also, I didn't get cuticle oil on my head. I didn't get a little hand massage. And I'm just saying, like, you know, I could say more about it, but I'm not going to. I'll just end it there, okay?
I could probably scrounge around my house to find another load to wash, but I feel like I should focus on this.
Well, you know what? One more thing. Not loving the shape of these. Not actually her fault, but I did ask for square, but like slightly rounded. She's got short nail beds to work with, so I understand that's not her fault, but I'm just saying, I can say more about it.
But other than that, Eleanor's birthday was a hit. It was awesome. She had so much fun, which is always the goal. It was more intimate than what she's had in the past, and I feel like sometimes she just enjoys that a little bit more. Wentworth is having his this weekend. Oh my gosh, isn't it weird? Okay, this weekend, oh, so much is happening this weekend. His is at a trampoline park, and we invited his class, and I will say the amount of RSVPs we've received already is a lot less than if we were to have it at our house. I feel like when we have it at the house, he's had it here, I think last year he had it at the skating rink, and that was a low turnout too. I mean, low in comparison to like if we have it here. I feel like a lot more people typically show up, and I don't know why that is. I mean, I could conjure up some reasons, but anyway, I need some baskets happening. This is Eleanor's, but also that's not Eleanor's. Now I kind of feel bad. I'm like, did we make the wrong choice? Well, I mean, we didn't. We always leave it up to our kids. Like, what would you rather have? And he wanted it at the trampoline park, so that's what it's gonna have. And even if it's just us that show up, I say it every time, it's still gonna be a blast, and we're gonna celebrate whoever's having a birthday, you know? You know who else is gonna have a good old time? Me, folding all this laundry.
You know what I've realized? I'm just a 1 day a week laundry kind of gal. How do you do your laundry? I know exactly what you need. Come on, Wicked. Anyone? Did you guys see the movie? I haven't seen it yet. And it's Meredith's favorite. She was Glenda for Halloween. She's never seen the musical, but we listened to the soundtrack a lot, so that's how she knows what it was. And I actually didn't even know that the movie was coming out already, because, I mean, they've been working on it for so long. Come to find out, it's only half of it. There's a part 2. There is a second movie planning to be released. Isn't that wild sauce? I feel like no one is talking about that. They're just accepting it. I'm like, the whole thing, please, and thank you. Actually, Alex and I saw Wicked on Broadway in New York a long, long, long time ago. And then we saw it again because we loved it so much in London. We saw it. Man, good times over there. What else did we see? We saw a few shows on Broadway, but it's just such a special experience when you're able to see it. And I cannot wait to see the movie version. I mean, Hairspray, come on. Zac Efron is like, okay. Let me just tell, what's your favorite musical turned movie? But here's the thing. Here's what I'm hoping to make, because I know some movies get turned into musicals, like Legally Blonde, and I can't think of any right off the top of my head. But I'm hoping that, and Legally Blonde isn't even like a movie musical. Did they come out with High School Musical on Broadway? Oh, I will die. I will make a special trip to see it. I probably won't, but in my dreams I will. The Greatest Showman, which is Wentworth's like all-time favorite movie of all time right now. He's loving it, but I want to introduce him to Hairspray. That was thought one. Thought two is they need to make a musical, like a Broadway musical adaptation of The Greatest Showman. I mean, when are they going to do that? It's one of the greatest movies of all time. It's so fantastic. There's no disputing that, actually. If you're shaking your head like, nah, well, actually it is. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm in my laundry room. And you know the deal. We got to be in here. I was going to say something when I started coming on, and then I started singing Wicked, because that's all that I can think about, because I play the music all. I got to learn the new riffs in the movie adaptation. You know what I mean? Like, you think it's the same soundtrack. It is absolutely different, and you know what I'm talking about. A lot of times in the morning, I'll wake the kids up and I'll just turn on music for them. Sometimes I'll turn on like Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or, you know, whoever the heck, Gavin DeGraw, Taylor Swift sometimes, and lately it has been Wicked, the Wicked soundtrack. So anyway, I'm excited to see it. I'm not sure if I will. Alex took Eleanor and her friends to see it on her birthday. That was like one other thing that she did on her birthday. I forgot to mention. She had a whole day of fun, you guys. Like, listen, she's having a good time. If you're thinking, oh, you didn't have a big birthday party for her, she had it just exactly the way that she wanted, okay? Anyway, Alex didn't see it. He like sat outside the theater because he was like, I want to see it with you. I'm like, well, I don't know when we're going to get a chance, but okay. And eventually it'll come to the streaming, and then we'll have a family movie night, and it's gonna be great. That's how we saw Beetlejuice, and that honestly was a letdown. It was kind of inappropriate. I'm gonna start on putting this food together for tomorrow. I'm gonna do what I can tonight and then do the rest in the morning before we leave. So the first thing I'm going to throw together is one of my favorite. This is a keto antipasta salad. It is the ultimate. I mean, serve it up and everyone is going to enjoy it. You don't have to be keto to enjoy this. I'm certainly not, but you do have to be a meat eater. I'm starting off with salami, and I get it cut in the dinner cut, like it's this thick. And this is probably like half a pound, what I'm using right now, maybe a little more than that. And I'm just cutting it. I used to get the log of salami and like peel it and then chop it up. It was so difficult. I find that this is a much easier way to do it. I just go to the deli, and then I got half a pound of pepperoni. I'm gonna chop that up too. Have you guys watched any Christmas movies? No, there's always like those cheesy Hallmark movies, and there's one with, who's that guy from Murray? What's his name? It's not John Michael Murray. It's, he's on One Tree Hill. He's from Cinderella Story. He's from Freaky Friday. I can't remember his name, but he's in one, and the previews were really making me laugh, okay? So I got the meats. Next is the cheese. I got some provolone cheese. I feel like I normally don't add this cheese. I normally have other cheese, but you know what? I'm following the recipe to a T today. I'm gonna cube this up as well. And then I'm going to dice up some red bell pepper. It also calls for tomatoes. I do have some left over from Thanksgiving. I don't know. I personally don't like it. I know other people might like tomatoes, but I think I'm gonna leave them. I have 2 red bell peppers, and let me tell you, the amount of money I spent on this, I could have had this whole thing catered by Burns Steakhouse or Chris Ruth's. Whoever named that restaurant, by the way, Chris Ruth's. I'm cutting it into chunky pieces, same size as like the meaty stuff. And I forgot to buy banana peppers. Guess it wasn't on my list. I don't know. So I'm beating myself up. I have some pepperoncinis. I think I'm going to cut these up because I'm not gonna go to the grocery store. You know what I mean? I think it'll be fine. And I'm gonna use the rest of the jar because what the heck else am I gonna? Oh, you know what? I was talking to someone the other day. They told me they had a Mississippi roast going for dinner, and this is the reason that I actually buy these pepperoncinis. And you guys know my story about sleepovers and banana peppers. Can't get enough of them. All right, that's about as much as I'm gonna put in. Last thing I'm gonna throw on are some olives. I don't know, like half a can, who cares? And then I also forgot basil. You know, listen, I thought I made an extensive grocery list,
But you know what happened is I didn't. There is a dressing I'm gonna make for this. My mouth is already salivating. There's actually one more thing I'm going to add. I got these little baby fresh mozzarella pearls from like the cheese section in the grocery store. And typically I would get the ones from Costco just because they're more cost effective. They're a lot larger, so I would quarter those if you have those. But otherwise, these are like the perfect size. Now, I don't wanna mess this up, okay? I usually just eyeball it. I'm doing 3 tablespoons-ish of olive oil. And then half a cup of red wine vinegar. This stuff, oh yeah. This might sound weird, but it calls for 6 tablespoons of confectioner sugar. And if you are keto, I would stick to like the Swerve. It's like the confectioner sugar alternative, but it's like sugar-free. You know, it's just a bunch of chemicals. Oh crap, was that 3 or 4? I'll just do 2 more. And if I had my life together and my thoughts together, I would have bought fresh basil. I feel like that really makes this. It also calls for oregano. I'm just using the herbes de Provence and then a little bit of salt and pepper in here. I just whisk this together and then I throw it over the top. And that's it for this one. Nothing fancy, nothing special. I don't have to do anything with it in the morning. I'm just gonna give it a toss and let it sit. Okay, moving on to the next thing. This is absolutely ridiculous. I tried to take a picture of this and zoom in on it, but it's so blurry, it won't focus, so I have to use my magnifying glass to read. So my next recipe, I need pasta, and I don't need the whole box, so I cooked the whole box. So the rest I'll just make mac and cheese for when the kids come home. I just ate my weight in that cracker mix that I made for Thanksgiving, really before Thanksgiving. It's still good, it's still fresh. I wish it wasn't. That's the only jar we have left from the ones that like we gave away. I shouldn't have kept it if I'm being honest. So I'm looking at the other recipe, Italian chopped salad. It's another one I haven't made in a really long time. Is the recipe I bought the provolone cheese for. I don't know. Why did I do that? And then last night I was making dinner. I was making 2 separate soups, I told you. And the beans, I drained the beans and dumped them into the wrong pot. I was like trying to scoop it out. So we had broccoli, cheddar, and bean soup. So that was fun. But man, I can't seem to like get it together. I thought, yeah, I got this. No, I don't got this. It's fine, it'll be fine. So I'll throw the rest of it together. I'll just use this bowl. It's like similar flavors. So I've got salami again, and I'm gonna cube it up. This is another one of those recipes that I used to make like, I don't know, every other week, and I just haven't made it in such a long time for no good reason. It also calls for some chickpeas, so I'm gonna drain these. And you know, I don't really know quantities because I'm just going off of the picture, but I'm pretty sure it's the whole can. Here's the kicker. It calls for Spanish green olives, and oh my gosh, I think this is why I love the recipe so much. I love olives. Okay, well, let's get fancy with it. So I've got about half the jar, and I'm just going to cut these in half. All right, I feel like this is a good amount. Oh, artichokes. These are so underrated. Why doesn't anyone cook with these? Why doesn't anyone talk about this? I feel like it's one of the only recipes that I use with artichokes anyway. I get them where it's like marinated in some kind of, I don't know, juice, oil. And I just take them. I used to think these were so nasty. Like before I even gave them a try, you know? And then I'll just, well, let me get the bigger knife. Ooh, the outside skin is a little tough, I tell you. And I just give them a chop. That's good enough. I'm gonna layer these in here. Also calls for tomatoes, which, you know what? I will go ahead and add them just because I feel like it needs some color. Perfect, I feel pretty good about that. And then I'm going to cut up some green onions, a whole bundle. I don't know how much the recipe actually calls for, but I do know the more the merrier. And then tomorrow, or at least when I get home, I'll cut up the cheese. That goes in there too. Provolone or mozzarella balls, whatever you like. And right before serving it, oh wait, there's a dressing that goes with this one too. Oh my gosh, the green onions are incredibly fragrant. But right before serving it, I will cut up some romaine lettuce. Doesn't that look beautiful? I am gonna mix it up. I'm just making sure. Oh, that's not even everything. It calls for diatalini pasta. My store's fresh out. You guys, every time I go to the store, diatalini pasta, gone. So I just got some elbow. I'm sure it's gonna turn mushy and I probably made the wrong choice, but it's whatever. It's a different texture, different flavor, but Here we are. Let me get this sauce ready. Throwing in some Dijon, starting off with this. 1 tablespoon. That's a great part of the dressing. It holds everything together. It's the emulsifier. I'm gonna add some garlic in there. Got some dried Italian seasoning. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, a couple tablespoons of honey, and then half a cup of red wine vinegar. Ooh, I'm just shy, that's okay. And half a cup of oil. I'm gonna mix this all together. I'm gonna dump it over everything, toss everything together. Yeah, it really does look 100 times better when you have diatalini pasta, but anyway, good enough, I suppose. You can call it a pasta salad, or we can call it anything you want. Rose by any other name. I'm gonna add these sweet name tags to the dishes so they get returned to me. I have one question. What is this for? Oh man.
Yeah, so the red onion is for the keto antipasta salad, which honestly makes the dish. It's so good. I love red onion. I love everything about that dish. It's so savory and delicious. You know how some people are like, oh, I'm more of a sweets gal or I'm more of a savory gal. I give them both to me. Okay, I will take a little bit of everything, and by a little bit, I mean probably way too much. All right. So I added that to the keto antipasta salad, and already I brought these things in today. This morning, Alex dropped them off to the office, and I've already gotten a couple messages from people at the school saying like, oh my gosh, I got a piece of that and it was so fantastic, specifically talking about the pie. Right now, I am making the cranberry jalapeno dip. This was great. And now I'm pausing because I'm wondering, did I put my name on this dish? And I just don't think I did. So we'll see if I get it back. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. We're fine. But this is the cranberry jalapeno dip. I make it. It is a seasonal favorite. It's got green onions, cilantro. I don't measure anything, you guys. Just, it's unnecessary. Green onions, cilantro, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of salt, obviously some jalapenos. I almost forgot to add those. I do 2 jalapenos. You can do however many you want. Keep the seeds in, out. I don't know. I take them out mostly. And then cranberries, a whole bag. I don't know. I just threw some in there. Pulse those up, the cranberries. Add 1 cup of sugar. I do a little shy. You could do 3/4 of a cup. It's perfectly fine. I mix all of that together, cover it, leave it in the fridge overnight or as a couple hours at least, and let the juices kind of run out of it. And then I strain it in the morning and throw it over 2 containers of whipped cream cheese, like the fluffy cream cheese. And then I serve it with crackers, whatever. And it's fantastic. It is so good. I've moved on to making the pie that I said I would never make again because it's so time consuming and such a labor of love, but I'm making the peanut butter chocolate pie. This is the pie crust. It calls for 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, half a cup of sugar, and 1 stick of butter melted. I reserve 1/3 of it to sprinkle as decoration, but honestly, you don't even need anywhere close to 1/3. You need like maybe 2 tablespoons, but I figured I'd take it out. Maybe the crust would be too thick otherwise. I press this into a crust. You can obviously buy this pre-made too, and that would save you a little bit of time and just have a little bit of convenience. But if I'm going to make a pie like this, I'm going to make the homemade crust. I'm going to go the extra mile for these teachers, for the administrators, for these people that I absolutely adore. Okay, so for the peanut butter layer of it, I have 1.5 cups. No, I don't. I have 3/4 cup of peanut butter, a little bit of vanilla paste or extract, and then 1 cube of cream cheese, 1 block of cream cheese, 8 ounces. I mix that together. I'm adding, I think, 1.5 cups, yes, of powdered sugar. And a couple tablespoons of milk. I eyeballed that. It's fine. And then I blend that together. And what I have in the other bowl is just 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and then 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. I whipped that up and then incorporated it in the peanut butter mixture just to keep it nice and fluffy and airy. Put that aside. I layered that on the bottom of the crust, but right now I'm working on the chocolate mousse, which calls for 1 egg, half a cup of milk, 1/3 cup cocoa powder, 1/3 cup sugar. And I put that over low heat, whisk it together continuously until it thickens up a little bit. You can see it kind of changed colors even. And I put this in a bowl. And you know what? Last time, I don't think I whipped it enough and I had a lot of chocolate mousse left over. The texture was still fantastic. So I feel like you can't mess this up. And the gelatin that I put aside, I mixed a little packet of unflavored gelatin with 2 tablespoons of water, mixed that into the chocolate mixture. I also melted 1 cup of chocolate chips, with a couple tablespoons of heavy whipping cream in the microwave. I incorporated that into the chocolate mixture too. And then on the side, I have 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and I whipped those to stiff peaks. And I will fold that into the chocolate mixture, and this will be the chocolate mousse. And if you only make the chocolate mousse, honestly, my kids love this layer because there is going to be some left over. I had a lot less than I did last time. Anyway, the kids love to eat it like with a spoon, like pudding. Like it's chocolate mousse, you know what I mean? Put it in little cups and then you can serve it. It's so good. Obviously, you have to put it in the fridge to cool a little bit before you serve it, like to let it set. It's delicious. So that'll be a little extra treat for the kiddos, because when they did see me making this pie, everyone got really excited. Oh my gosh, you're making the pie again. I was like, it's for the school. It's for the school. So really excited about this one. If you were dragging your feet making it, make it at least once, at least for the holidays. I feel like it's such a crowd pleaser. You know, is Costco bringing these back or what? Please, Costco. And then I'm like trying to layer it and all this stuff, and I'm overwhelmed trying to get it done fast. And I dropped the bag, mostly because the bag I need isn't big enough. So for the peanut butter mixture, you reserve 1.5 cups is what it says. I don't have very big bags, so I just reserved as much as I could to pipe rosettes on the top of it, or pipe anything for the decoration. So layer the peanut butter mixture, layer the chocolate mixture after it sets for a little bit, leave it in the fridge to set overnight. And then in the morning, I piped the rosettes on there, and then sprinkled the graham cracker crust crumbs. Perfection. Absolute al dente. Let me tell you about it. I've moved on to dinner. I feel like I spent a lot of time in the kitchen this day. This stuff is sped up to an extreme level, so you wouldn't have to sit through all of it, but I was here making this stuff for a while. But the chicken gnocchi mix, soup, whatever, I just took the chicken off the bone, and honestly saved a lot of space in my crock pot, taking all that stuff out. I took the skin off the bone too. And I had a ton of chicken in here. I added 2 packages of the gnocchi, and I covered it and let it cook for, and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. I covered it, let it cook for about 30 minutes until the gnocchis were nice and soft. Oh, and I added cornstarch. What was that? A tablespoon or something, just to thicken it up slightly. You're supposed to mix that with the heavy cream, but whatever. I just mixed it in. It's not thick at all. Like I don't even know. It's fine. But it was delicious, so good. I also threw in some spinach. I chop it up before I add it in. It is delicious. It's a great way to add just a little bit of veggies on top of the other veggies that I had in there. Such a crowd pleaser, so good. Even if your kids just pick out the gnocchis and eat it, I mean, it's delicious nonetheless. It's a great soup. It's got great flavor. I would add a little bit more salt and pepper. I feel like it also calls for nutmeg. I didn't add that. I was like, a little questionable. I should have added it, but I didn't, mostly because I forgot until just now. Anyway, that was dinner. Fantastic. This is me piping the rosettes on this morning before, because I didn't want to put them on before and then they would get messed up. I was actually worried about it getting messed up on the way to drop it off, but I put it in the trunk and it was totally fine. I don't cover it with anything because like it's going to get messed up, you know? But anyway, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me, cooking with me, doing all the things with me. Thank you for being a friend. If you want to subscribe, put a little happy in your day. Yeah. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, it got schmooched in the fridge. That's why it looks two-toned.